Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com. We're glad that you all could be with us. Also, those joining us through iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcasts, we're glad you all could be with us as well. All this month, we've been recognized as Mental Health Awareness Month, and as we're doing that, we cannot leave our veterans out. And the VA is making sure that they get exactly what they need, not only, of course, during this month, but year-round, especially now through their campaign, One Step Today. Here to talk to us more about that, we're excited to welcome Dr. Michael Miller to our program. Dr. Miller is the director of the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs Suicide Prevention Program. We'll talk to him about One Step Today, but also what all of us can do to make sure that veterans are supported. Dr. Miller, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Cyrus. I appreciate it. And great intro. You covered all the basics there.
Well, I appreciate that. So, Dr. Miller, One Step Today is there to encourage veterans, of course, when it comes to mental health. Talk to us about how the program works.
Yeah, you mentioned it, and I think you're ahead of the curve, honestly, with this, Cyrus. So that you've been talking about Mental Health Month, and an important aspect of Mental Health Month is awareness, increasing awareness about what is mental health and what are some ways to improve it. And for veterans, for all of us, that can be a somewhat ambiguous term. So we're focused on small things that veterans can do to improve or reinforce wellness and well-being. But, you know, Cyrus, the really cool thing about this is there's suggestions from veterans. So it's veteran to veteran. It's not cut and paste from self-help or textbooks or a clinical psychologist. It's veterans talking to veterans about small steps that can be taken to improve well-being.
Yeah, and so important. And Dr. Miller, the reason why I always, every May, bring a lot of attention to this, I'm a suicide attempt survivor myself, so I've talked openly about that over the years on this broadcast. And, of course, suicide is one of the things that we see, of course, when it comes to veterans. Talk to our audience about the signs and also the risk factors there, because I think a lot of times we don't think about, when we're talking about mental health, especially when it comes to our veterans, how suicide is one of the things that have to be considered. What are some of the warning signs our audience should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, I want to get to that, Cyrus, but I got to say two things first about you and what you're doing. First, you're opening the door to make it okay to talk about this by sharing your story and your journey. Second, you're providing hope. We know that a lot of times suicide is fleeting. It's a dark moment, a dark period in time, and if you can work through and find support through those dark periods, you can look back on it and grow and help others in that as well. So thanks for what you're doing with that. Things to watch for in a dark period, I'd say, Cyrus, big changes. Big changes in mood, big changes in appetite, big changes in sleep, big changes in interest, big changes in drinking or substance use. Those are all often flags that something might be going on, and maybe it's time to ask some questions and open the door for conversation.
And I think as we're talking about veterans here, Dr. Miller, we have to also think about the family members and those who are there to support them. What resources are available for all of us?
All of us, I'd say let's all start with the front door, Make the Connection. MakeTheConnection.net offers just tons of resources for veterans themselves and for family members and for anyone who just cares about veterans to access. There's videos. There's videos on supporting veterans from the perspective of those who are in that role in their lives.
such important work and such an important conversation not only to have during Mental Health Awareness Month, but also year-round. Dr. Michael Miller is our guest. He's a director for the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs Suicide Prevention Program. One Step Today is the program that the VA has, but as he mentions, work for all of us to do. The website he mentioned here, we'll make sure that we link that up for you guys joining us online. Dr. Miller, thank you so much for not only stopping by, but also the great work you're doing. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Cyrus. Appreciate it. And we also have the Veterans Crisis Line, too, for whomever needs it, veteran or those concerned about veteran. 800-273-8255, press 1.
All right, and we'll make sure that we link that up as well. Dr. Miller, thank you again for that. I appreciate it. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live, and let's go make today amazing. Take care.